Okay, so this week we are moving on from weather and we are starting to talk about something called matter. So matter is anything let me zoom in a little bit so you can see better. Anything that has mass, and I'm going to underline that word mass, and takes up space. Okay, so anything that takes up space. So my pen takes up space, my paper takes up space, the air takes up space, my computer, myself, helium inside of a balloon, a ball, a TV, water, soda, a cracker, all of those things take up space and they have what's called mass. So mass is similar to weight in that it determines or it tells us how heavy something is. So something like a piece of paper is going to have less mass than a pen because it takes up less space. Even though it's bigger, it's really, really thin, so it's not going to take up as much space in the world, okay? So mass is, one second. So mass is the amount of matter that's in an object. So basically, it's the amount of space that it takes up. Mass, so I'm going to put a little star here and a little star here, is the amount of matter in an object. So the way that just as you would measure weight with a scale, you measure mass using something called a balance. And you're going to see that in the textbook pages that you're going to read too. Amount of matter in an object. We measure mass with a balance. So there are different kinds of balances. One balance could have two things on either side. It could look something like this. It could look like this. And it could say, maybe like that. Maybe like that right there. Oh, maybe like that right there. And I could have like a little paper clip on this side. And on this side, I might have a big soccer ball. Okay, so that's gonna tell me that the soccer ball has more mass than that little paper clip. There's another type of balance that I'm not going to draw because that would take a lot of time. It's called a triple beam balance, and it measures the exact mass of an object, kind of like we would see for weight. So mass is measured in grams. Mass is measured in grams. So just like weight is measured in pounds or ounces, mass is measured in grams, which is part of the metric system. Which is a group of measurement units that people use, especially in science, okay? So a property of matter is something that tells us more about the matter. So it's going to tell us how the matter looks, how it smells, how it sounds, how it tastes, how it feels whenever I touch it. So obviously I'm going to be using what to find out properties of matter of an object? I'm going to be using my senses. So properties are how matter, a property of matter is how matter looks, feels, smells, sounds, and tastes. Okay, so I'm going to make some different areas on my page, and we're going to say some different ways that we could tell how something looks, how it feels, how it smells, how it sounds, and how it tastes. Okay, so whenever I'm looking at an object, sorry, let me move this down a little bit. So whenever I'm looking at an object, I could tell things about that object based on what? How could I describe it? I could tell about the color. I could tell about the size, right? Could I tell all of that by looking at it? Yeah, I could say that soccer ball is black and white. That soccer ball is medium-sized ball. What else could I say? That soccer ball is round, so maybe the shape of the object. Okay? So these are all different ways. So I could say red, blue, black, white, all of those words. Size, I could say large, medium, small, tiny, all of those synonyms that we've talked about for small or large you could use. Shape, is it a cube? Is it a sphere? Is it a circle? All of those types of words too. So how something feels is we're talking about the texture. Texture, is it hard or soft? Is it smooth or rough? So hard, soft, smooth, rough. All of those are texture words, okay? And that's going to tell me how it feels. I could also talk about the temperature of how it feels. Okay? As far as smells, I could say it smells like whatever. So I could say it smells like grass. It smells like, so if I'm talking about a soccer ball, it smells like rubber. It doesn't smell bad, but it doesn't smell good. So you can describe it using smells. So good or bad, like something else. Like something else. So it may smell like grass. It may smell like cookies. It may smell like fresh air. It may smell like all of these different things that all of the different ways we could describe smell. For sounds, this kind of refers to the sound that it makes, or also the sound that I hear whenever I hit on it. So it could sound hollow or solid. Hollow or solid. It could make its own noise, like an animal or a person. An animal or a person. So those are all ways that I could describe matter using sound. And then there's sometimes a matter, you guys, that we can't describe the smell of it, or we can't describe the sound of it, or we can't describe how it looks. For example, air. I can't see the air. I can't see oxygen or helium to know what it looks like. So that wouldn't be a property that I would want to describe air with, okay? Same thing with smell. So if it is just a pen, it may not have a smell, okay? Or if it's a piece of paper, it might not have a smell, but it might, okay? So you just have to see which category would I be able to describe this matter with. So taste, again, I'm not going to put a pencil in my mouth, or I'm not going to put something in my mouth that doesn't belong there, right? So the only things that belong in our mouth are usually food, right? So I'm not going to put anything else in my mouth other than food. But if it is food, is it salty? Is it sour? Is it sweet? Is it bitter? Is it spicy? All of those words could be used to describe taste, okay? So this is, properties of matter are helpful, guys, because it can help us to classify matter. So let's put that in the middle right here. So we can say properties help us classify matter. And when we classify, it means that we put into groups. So I could say all of these pieces of matter are red, or all of this matter all is spicy, or all of this matter is smooth. So it helps you kind of group things together according to their properties. All right, guys, thanks for watching.